up, y'all? It's Bo. Come back at y'all with another banging, popping YouTube video. Okay, so today's video is gonna be a story time and a wig install on myself. I've never done this before, so it's like a dual video. I just really want it to be interesting, you know? So go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. Now we're gonna get right into this thing. Story is the time I tried to move to Georgia. Epic fail. I had to move to ATL and yeah, it just didn't work out for me. So I'll tell y'all all about it while I install my wig. The wig that I'm gonna be installing today is this beauty right here. She is 24 inches of Bohemian Curly from Lovely Hair. She's a 5x5 closure and it's supposedly a glueless wig. Okay, so put this on and then I'm gonna get started. The time I tried to move to Georgia, Lord, was why I wanted to move to Georgia in the first place. I pretty much was like going through a breakup and I was all over the place. Hi, Zeus, my dog. I was all over the place mentally and I felt like nothing was in my control and I wanted to change. I wasn't adjusting to the breakup and months was passing by and a bitch was still sad. Like, I was an established hairstylist. I had worked at a salon for 5 years. I had a home. I'm a mom. So I was pretty much like just packing my shit up and leaving. And I don't know if any of y'all are hairstylists, but packing yourself up and leaving as a hairstylist, that's major. And I was acting like it was not major. I was like, I'm about to move. I don't care. I'm about to move. I was talking it over with my therapist. Oh, and this was actually, let me give y'all a time frame so y'all know. The summer of 2019 that I was trying to move. And it was the summertime, so I pretty much was, my kids weren't in school, so I was trying to make the move happen while they weren't in school, so it could be a smooth transition. I thought it out, but I didn't think it through. I felt like it was gonna be easy. And I felt like ATL was the perfect place for me because I'm a hairstylist. At the time I was doing makeup too. And so I was like, well, why not ATL? I'm laughing because when y'all get to the end of the story, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? I had started working out with a trainer, trying to get my body back, revenge body, all that good stuff. But that just wasn't fulfilling me. So I had this weird dream of becoming a stripper. I had became obsessed with becoming a stripper at that time as well. And I was trying to treat it as like a new career and relocating to pursue my new career in an ATL. But my trainer at the time, she was a dancer. So she kind of was like showing me the rope, telling me like what I needed to do. She even took me on a couple of auditions here where I live, and the auditions weren't given kind of what they were supposed to give, you know? Whew. So yeah, I like wanted to relocate to Atlanta to pursue my dance career and build my name as a hairstylist. That was the goal. Atlanta a couple times and it was always a great time. It was always a great time. Like, I always had a blast when I went to Atlanta. I knew people down there already. So I was like, I'm gonna be good. Like, I know people, I'm gonna be good. One of my friends, she had told me like I could come stay with her while I figure it out. I took her up on that. I was like, you said I could come stay with you. I'm not gonna stay long. I'm gonna come down there, find me a club to dance at, find me a salon to work at, and we gonna be good, baby. I'm gonna move my kids down there and we gonna be good. This is what I had in my mind. Oh yeah, I'm installing my wig and then I'm gonna do my makeup. So I'm actually gonna do part 1 right now of installing the wig, and then part 2 is when I do my makeup. Okay. I end up packing my things up in my apartment, putting all my stuff in storage. I was working at this salon at the time, and I had been at that salon for 5 years, very loyal to that salon, but I was just needing a change. But I didn't want to tell them because like in my head it sounded good, but like I wasn't all the way for sure that it was the right move for me. So I just didn't want to tell them. They knew I was going through it mentally. They knew I had just like went through a breakup. So they knew that I was just like sad, and I told them I need a leave of absence. I need to get myself together. So I went on a leave of absence. I had found somewhere for my kids to go while I went to Georgia to explore. And yeah, I pretty much dropped my kids off with my dad, and then my dad was supposed to take them to their other grandparents, and that was the plan. Me up like, I don't even know. I packed like, I don't even know what I packed, because like, what do you pack? Like, you're going to explore, like, are you staying? Like, what do you pack? I really don't even know what I packed. But I packed up some stuff to take with me and finally get to my friend's house. She lives in, you know, where she lives. I'm not being picky, it's a place to stay, so she let me stay there. When I get there, you know, we caught up and stuff. We hadn't seen each other in years, so we caught up. I told her what I was trying to do, which is become a dancer. She wanted to become a dancer too. I don't remember where her job was at the time, but she was also trying to become a dancer, and that's kind of where we connected at. And I'm just filling in the wig right now with I'm trying to tint the wig. Excuse you? No. Go find something else to play with. I already had clubs in mind because I was doing my research, baby. I had found a couple clubs I wanted to work at. I knew the type of club I wanted to work at and which clubs I was going to try to get in at. I get down there. I actually jumped on a dating app because I was like, I want to meet some people down here, and I don't do dating apps at all anymore. And if y'all want to know why I absolutely do not do dating apps, y'all can let me know in the comments below, and I will tell you guys exactly why I don't do dating apps at all anymore. Also, there was like so many red flags of my experience trying to move to Georgia. There's too many to count. But I'm gonna go through the red flags with y'all because I want y'all to know why this was a fail. Oh my God, this was such a fail. So I get on a dating app. This one girl, she was of a different race. I'm gonna say it, she was white. We hit it off like real quick within 24 hours. I met up at this dive bar. I don't know what part of Georgia it was. I think it's everywhere I went while I was down there was at least 30 minutes away. Every time I left her house, I was always driving somewhere that was like 30 minutes away. Every time. I was down there trying to explore, so I didn't mind. Like, I didn't mind driving wherever I needed to drive. So I link up with this girl. She's super like, when we connected, she was super like, I don't know the word, but what I hear people calling it now is blackfishing. She just was like really trying to like connect in a way that she thought we would connect by like always talking about a bunch of like black culture stuff. I don't know if that's something they do down there, like I don't know, but I was kind of ignoring it because I'm like, I'm just trying to meet people, whatever, I don't know. We hung out at this dive bar. And the dive bar, like we were there at like 3 until like 7 or 8 p.m. We was having a really good time. We met other people. By the time nighttime comes, I'm looking around in the dive bar, and I see that it's a lot of people in there, but I'm the only black. Now, where I'm from, I'm used to diversity. I'm sorry, but I'm used to diversity. I'm used to people acting themselves, and I'm used to seeing all people of color. But I looked around in this dive bar, and I was the only black person in that dive bar. Red flag number 1. So, you know, we finish up our night, you know, I like end up like leaving or whatever, and that girl, I knew I wasn't gonna see her again because we just like, she just wasn't like somebody that I would even hang out with. She was just trying way too hard, and it was just weird. So I end up leaving from her or whatever, and then driving back to my friend's house, I made one little wrong turn, and I end up in a cornfield. And I ain't got nothing against cornfield. I just was like, I'm not familiar with this type. I like made one wrong turn and I was in the dark of like some fucking Jeepers Creepers type shit. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So I didn't want to give up there. I was like, okay, the girl was weird. There's a whole bunch of white people, no black people, no nothing. Cornfield, I ain't gonna let that stop me. So then, you know, after that, I'm staying with my friend, and I had found a couple places online that I wanted to move to. So I went to go like check out these different places. Mind you, everywhere I drove was super far. Like everywhere was far. It was always like 30 to 40 minute drive everywhere. And that was just like a lot for me. Because like the area where I wanted to live and then the area I wanted to work, really fucking far. And there was a lot of traffic down there. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna work, but I'm trying to make it work. Mind y'all, I'm by myself. Like I'm not moving with anybody. I'm running everything by myself. So like by me. So I'm like, is this something, I kept telling myself like, is this something you can adjust to? Like, is this gonna work out for you? I don't know. But it was making me a little panicky because I had already moved out of my apartment. I already put my stuff in storage. I'm already like trying to make the move happen. So I had to be open-minded. So I go see a couple places. A lot of the places that I was seeing was not matching up with what they were showing online. Red flag number 2. I wasn't feeling any of the places. None of them. Apartments was being weird about letting you rent. It was like a whole process just to get an apartment. So I was trying to go with a private owner. It was too many scams. I was just like, this is not gonna work. I don't see me relocating here with my 2 small children. At the time, they're small, they're older now. But I also went on a couple job interviews. And I'm gonna tell y'all again, I am used to diversity. Like the salon I worked at the time, it was a diverse salon. And so I was trying to work at places that had like a diversity similar to the salon that I was working at, you know? But it was like fake diversity. Like I would go into salons and they were looking at me like, can you cut any type of hair? I'm like, yeah, I can cut any type of hair. I would go show them and the managers would get intimidated. Like it was so freaking weird. Intimidated, or they would want me to work Sunday through Sunday. It was just so freaking weird. The rich places, like the places what they considered rich and like quality and you gonna make a lot of money, that was just like mediocre to me. Because where I live at, I don't know, it's first of all, it's up north, so it's like it's definitely more expensive than everything down there. And then it's a diverse area. Like everywhere is diverse. There's nowhere that's, I mean, you could go to Maryland, you could go to some hoods, but like it's diverse. Like, so anyways, that threw me off. Cause I was like, why is every salon that I interviewed with down here, they're like super intimidated. They're looking at me like I'm competition. And they're just like, I don't know, like I'm not connecting. I'm not feeling it. But I didn't want to give up. I really didn't want to give up there. I was like, I don't want to give up. Like I chose to move here, so we're gonna make this thing work. Like, ooh, I like how that just blended in. Okay, glueless. Where we gonna put her at? Set her right there. Okay, glueless. I see you, glueless. Okay, so yeah, so then this is gonna have to be sprayed because I can't keep having that happening. So we're not gonna glue her down, but we're gonna spray her down with some got to be. So yeah, so jobs was not working out, you know, finding a place wasn't working out. I was just like, what is this place giving for real? Like, I don't know. This was just like a weird experience. Like, I was like, did I make the wrong decision? I kept having panic attacks because I was like, oh my God, like this place is so different and I'm just not used to it. Like, it was so different. So I end up meeting another girl, and she wasn't like somebody that I normally would date, but I was trying to meet people, so I really wasn't trying to look at her like that. I was more so looking at her like let's connect off the strength of, you know, me just not being from here. Let's connect off that versus let's connect to date. I really wasn't looking at anybody to connect to date because, first of all, I'm not even from here. Like, y'all, everybody down here is gonna be just different just because of the strength of this ain't even where I'm from. So I didn't know what I liked as far as the people in Georgia or the women in Georgia at that. So I was just like, I'm not here for that. But I'm a person that can connect with anybody. I'm very social. So I was trying to keep it at the social factor. And I meet this girl. She's like a stud. And I guess she's got out of the military. And she was like moving to Georgia, but she was like looking for a roommate. So that's another thing. When I went down there and I was on the app, everybody down there on the app was trying to find a roommate. I wasn't trying to find a roommate. I literally was just trying to find like somebody to connect with. And it was just weird that everybody down there was looking for a roommate. Yeah, everyone on the app was like trying to find somebody to fall in love with, but to move in with. But that girl that I had met, she was like trying to find, like, she was, I don't know what she was looking for, but she wasn't trying to catch feelings, but she definitely, like, I think she was looking for a roommate too. I don't know, because she wasn't trying to like date me, but she's on some weird shit. Because I remember connecting with her and telling her I was going through a breakup. And then she, like, I was sad because I was very sad. Like, I couldn't get over my sadness no matter what I did. But I remember one day she was like, you want some strap? I'll give you some strap. That's what lesbians, I need people are lesbians to that period. But, like, just because I'm sad, I don't need you offering me to give me strap. That's weird. But I still talk to her or whatever. And I end up going out with her. Not talk to her, but I still, like, connected with her. I ended up going out with her to the strip club one day, right? We go to the strip club. I was really excited about that. Like, I didn't tell her I was trying to become a dancer, but I was so excited that she wanted to go to the strip club so that I can, you know, go. And she wanted to go to a strip club that I had been looking at. So I was really excited because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get to go to see an Atlanta strip club in person. So I was like, really excited about it. We are getting ready to go to the strip club. She had said something about like, yeah, let me hit up the guys and like see if they want to go. And I'm like, oh, guys. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit up my brothers or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking she's talking about guys. She's talking about like other stud girls. Lost. So yeah, so when we get to the strip club, it's like we link up with these really butch lesbians. I'm talking like women, like full on like thick women, but like with shape ups and like fucking, they look like men women. I don't know. But I never seen it ever in my life. So I was just like, okay, like, I'm not judgy. Like, I just like, okay. We go into the strip club, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, they're like men. So I'm thinking like they're courting me in a sense. like, that's what I thought it was given. I'm thinking like, okay, we're going to the strip club. Like, I had money and I wasn't going broke. And it's never given that, okay? But I'm not, like, it was her idea to go to the strip club. So I'm thinking like, okay, she's gonna throw money or she's gonna give me money to throw. I wasn't sure. But we get there and like all of them are like standing there. They're just like posted up, and we're in the strip club. I know that, you know, by me wanting to become a stripper, I know that they're in here to get their bag. Like, they're not in here to look at people stay posted up, you know? They were in here, the strippers are in, and I'm referring to strippers, they're in here to get a bag. So I'm like, are y'all gonna spend money? And mind you, we were in there for like 20 minutes just posted up. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, so then these girls kept coming up to us like, y'all wanna dance? Y'all wanna dance? Y'all wanna pay to get a dance? Like, what y'all doing? And the women that I was with, they kept on saying no. Like, I'm like, why the fuck are we here then? Me, being me, like, I'm a very social person. I don't like to post up in the club. Like, if I go to anybody's club, I'm not posted up. I'm either dancing or I'm walking around mingling with people. That's how I am. Went around, I was talking to some of the strippers because I was like, I want to dance here. Like, who do I speak to if I like want to dance? And some of the girls, it was just like, yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm come back up here on blah 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 day and come speak to blah blah blah. Like a popular strip club in Atlanta. I think a lot of like celebrities being there. Like, I think some of the strippers are like celebrities. I don't know, but it's a real popular club. So a lot of the girls that was following me, they had like a quadrillion followers at the time. Like, that was a thing. So I don't really care about that now, but at the time I was like, oh shit, like I'm connecting with like these people. Like, this is lit. And then so after I was making my little connections or whatever, I go back over to the guy women and I was like, yeah, so what we doing? And they were still posted up. So I'm like, all right, y'all not gonna do something. Let me get one of y'all a dance, because y'all just taking up space. Girls come over here asking if we want to dance. I'm gonna get the girl that I came in here with a dance. So I get her a dance, and then she's like, I don't want her dancing for me. I'm not paying for that. After the girl already starts dancing. I'm like, what? I was like, I'll pay for the dance. Let me go get some money at ATM. I'll pay for the dance, but what are we here for? And then she ended up getting me a girl to dance, and I was like, when I got her a girl to dance, she got me a girl to dance, and I was like, oh, I thought she was gonna give me money. Like, I don't know. I don't know why in my mind I thought she was courting me, but she didn't. So she didn't give me money. That was fine, whatever. And she didn't want to pay for her dance. It's fine, it was whatever. I thought it was fucked up because she was just like, I ain't paying for that after. And the girls, they had their little system. Like, after they finish dancing for you, they reach over, they lean over, and they're like, all right, that's gonna cost blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I'm not paying you, or whatever. She straight up told her, I'm not paying you. So I was like, let me go get you your money real quick. So I go to the ATM, get her money, and then, yeah, I was like, that was fucking weird, and that was a red flag. You're cut off after this, because I don't know what the fuck that was about. Y'all come to the strip club, stand here and post up. Who does that? Who fucking does that? That was weird. She was cut off. Like, she was absolutely cut. I'm not talking to her no more. She was weird. She offered me strap just because I was sad. I thought that was weird. I don't know what lesbian world they do that at, but that ain't what I was on. And then the strip club thing was weird. And then her friends, they were scary. They were scary. And it was a whole lot of going on. And I don't do that. It was what, red flag number 3 or 4? I don't know. But starting to feel like, okay, Georgia is just not for me. Like, I'm not finding a job I like. I'm not finding a place to live. I'm not connecting with the people. And I had one incident happen. Before I get into the juicy, because there is one more red flag that really sealed the deal for me. Before I get into that, I'm gonna tell y'all how I remember seeing this house online, right? There was this really nice house online that I found. It was like a big, beautiful single family home. And like it had like huge high ceilings, like had a basement, backyard. It was so nice, huge. I go see the house, and it was in a cul-de-sac. I was like, oh, a cul-de-sac. Oh, this is gonna be nice. I have neighbors. It's gonna be nice for me and my boys. I go to the cul-de-sac, and then the house that I'm coming to see is like the one and only house that's not at the strip. Like it was like a trail that led to this house. It was the one and only house in the circle of the cul-de-sac of houses that had a special trail that led to it. So I go to see this house. The house is like sitting on like a cliff. I'm not even exaggerating, guys. It's like sitting on like a cliff, and it's behind the other houses. There was no cell phone reception there, and that was a huge freaking red flag. Like, who would want a house that's on a cliff with no cell phone reception? And I think the rent for the monthly rent was like $800. Great deal, by the way, beautiful deal. But it was like the only house that wasn't in the front. And I was like, what is with this place? Like, why is this the only house? It's not where you can see it when you come into the neighborhood. And it didn't have no cell phone reception at the house. They were like, when you move here, you have to get Wi-Fi. I was like, what? And I remember it was like a couple people there viewing the house, and everybody was trying to figure out like who's gonna try to get the house. I'm over here like looking at the house. I love the house, but I'm like, I don't know if I can live here by myself with my 2 kids. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not even from here. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like, I don't know. And then I had looked up the nearest Walmart, the nearest anything, gas station, anything. And everything was like 20 minutes away. There was no way I was gonna move into that house. I'm sorry. No way I was moving into that house. So yeah, that was like red flag number 15,000. And I wasn't gonna be able to do that. Baby, no. The jobs, the dating life, like the social life, none of that shit was working. And mind you, my friend, like, I was not trying to like overstay my welcome with my friend, so I would always like leave out when she would leave out for work, and I would come home and I would tell her my experiences. She was from where I was from, but me and her, like, we kind of had different standards for living, so she kind of like didn't mind all the chaos, and I think maybe Georgia was like a last option for her, and I had options. Like, I did not have to be there. I was choosing to be there, and I kept reminding her that. And actually, I don't want to get into this part. I'm gonna get into this part in part 2, because it gets real dirty, nasty, interesting. And this will be the last and final straw of me not moving to Georgia. But anyway, I have finished installing this wig. The only thing that I am not sure about is if I wanted to add baby hairs or not. And so I'm gonna actually decide that off camera. But this is the wig. And yeah, I'm actually gonna see you guys in part 2 of this video. Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying my story times along with my wig installs, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, like, and I will see you in part 2 of my next YouTube video. Bye.
They don't call her Bubba Stylist for nothing.